Hola a todos, hoy vamos a analizar los 6 usos del pronombre lo en español. Today we are going to analyze the 6 uses of the pronoun lo in Spanish. As you would have heard, there are 6 uses, which means that lo is a very versatile pronoun. I think the first usage will be familiar because the first way in which we utilize lo in Spanish is as a direct object pronoun, okay? This means that lo replaces a direct object, but not just any direct object, a direct object which refers to a male as well as a noun that is singular and masculine. Okay, so this is the direct object pronoun, which corresponds to the singular masculine. Okay, for example, we are going to use the thing. So it. ¿Sabes tocar el piano? Do you know how to play the piano? El piano is obviously singular and masculine. So if we want to replace it, we use lo. So there are 2 ways that we can formulate the question with the direct object pronoun. We can have sabes tocarlo, do you know how to play it? Or we could say lo sabes tocar, do you know how to play it? Right? So this is going to be an example of a thing being replaced by it, right? Likewise, if we have a male, for example, conozco a Antonio. I know Antonio. Antonio is a male. So if we want to replace Antonio and we want to use him, it would be lo, of course. So lo conozco. I know Antonio. Sorry, I know him. Right? But I will also pardon, I will also include the video that I recorded on direct object pronouns, which will reinforce this usage. Okay, so you can look out for that in the description. Usage number 2. It can be combined with an adjective which is singular and masculine. In this context, we call it a neuter article, right? It translates as the adjective thing. So this is the structure. Lo followed by the adjective in the singular masculine followed by, no, sorry, that's how it translates, my bad. But in Spanish it is lo followed by the singular masculine form of an adjective, okay? And that translates as the whatever the adjective is, thing. So for example, lo curioso, the curious thing. Lo bueno, the good thing. Okay? Lo malo, the bad thing. Right? So we use lo followed by the adjective in the singular masculine. Alright? Why do we do this? Well, this can be done to add emphasis to an adjective or to talk about something abstract. Okay? So, lo curioso es que ellos están en casa. The curious thing is that they are at home. Right? Yep. Lo importante es que los alumnos estudien para sus exámenes. The important thing is that the students study for their exams. Now you may be wondering, why in this context we have utilized the indicative whereas we have utilized the subjunctive in the second context? No. Lo curioso es que ellos están en casa. This is a fact. This is something that is based in reality, right? So we don't use the subjunctive there. However, lo importante es que los alumnos estudien para sus exámenes. This is not based in reality. Okay, this is just saying it is ideal that they do this, right? Almost like a hypothetical, it would be nice if they were to do that, right? So in that context, we use the subjunctive because remember when it comes to the indicative and the subjunctive, what will mark the difference is going to be reality, whether the statement is based on whether it's based on reality, essentially, right? So that would be the reason that this is in the indicative and this is in the subjunctive, right? But lo can be combined with an adjective that is singular and masculine, and it will translate as the whatever thing. Yeah, great. 3, it can be combined with que or qual. In this case, it will translate as that which, what, or which. Now, these are not interrogatives. That's the first thing I need to clarify. These are not interrogatives, okay? Entiendo lo que tengo que hacer para tener éxito. I understand what I have to do to be successful. Obviously, that's not a question word, right? Lo que, what. So what refers to all the things I have to do to become successful, right? Entiendo lo que tengo que hacer para tener éxito, okay? Lo que me enfada es el elevado costo de la vida. What angers me is the high cost of living, right? So when we combine lo with que, we have what, right? What. And it's not used as a question. It is more stating something, right? Este es tu portátil, lo cual lo hace inútil. This is your laptop, which makes it useless, all right? Now, when we combine lo with qual, we have which. So now I need to explain something very briefly. So what's the difference between el que, lo que, el cual, lo cual? Now, the difference here is that lo cual, lo que, those refer to statements, all right? And el que and el cual refer to something specific. If you're going to use el que and el cual, right, those have to agree with an antecedent, which means that something has to be mentioned previously, right? But this one, lo cual and lo que, refer to statements, all right? So let me just give you one example. El libro el que me dio era interesante. Right? No. Let me change that. No, let's use let's use el libro. But I want to change this. So el libro, el que me dio, era rojo, right? So the book, right? It's like highlighting that particular book. The book that you gave me, right? Is like the one that you gave me, right? Was red. So you see el que agrees with what was mentioned previously, el libro, right? But if you use lo que has to refer to an entire sentence or concept. But because you're talking about something specific there, we use el que, right? So that's just something that I wanted you to know, right? So once we combine lo with que, we get what. And lo with qual, we get which. And those are basically going to refer to statements or concepts, not specific things. Okay? Muy bien. Usage number 4. It can be combined with de, the preposition de. It translates as the thing regarding the matter of. So, lamento lo de tu abuela. Let's say that your grandmother is sick or something happened to her, and I say lo de, that means that we already understand what happened. We're referring to that, but it is already understood what we're talking about. So, lamento lo de tu abuela. I am sorry about the thing regarding your grandmother, right? Lo de ayer fue un accidente. The thing about yesterday was an accident. So if we use lo de, we're just talking about a situation that is already understood between the two speakers or among the speakers, right? That's right. All right, so these are 4 uses and we have 2 more to cover, so let's get to them. Sigamos. Let's continue. Usage number 5. It can be used as an intensifier, and in this case, it will translate as how. In English, when we use how as an intensifier, we use it with an adjective, okay? We're not asking a question. So you know how in English we would say how nice, how beautiful. And in order to do that in Spanish, we use lo followed by the adjective, and it is worth noting that the adjective has to agree with the noun it describes in terms of gender and number, right? No sabes lo bonita que eres. You do not know how beautiful you are. In this context, we are obviously talking to a woman because we use bonita, okay? If we wanted to use a male, we could say no sabes lo guapo que eres. You do not know how handsome you are. ¿Viste lo alto que era el hombre? Did you see how tall the man was? Now, in this case, we have the noun that we are describing, el hombre, which is singular and masculine. So we utilize alto, okay? We can also utilize nouns in the feminine, in the plural, of course, okay? No sabía, por ejemplo, yo no sabía lo caros que eran los zapatos. I did not know how expensive the shoes were. That's right. So if you're using it like this, just remember that the adjective must agree with the noun that it describes in terms of gender and number. Okay? Finally, 6, it can be used in idiomatic expressions. Now, in this context, these are just expressions that you have to memorize because they're going to be combined with other words that together will carry a fixed or set meaning, right? A lo mejor, perhaps, right? There's no way to literally translate that. Por lo visto, apparently, and lo antes posible, as soon as possible. Yeah. So of course there are many more, but I just wanted to mention a few to give you an idea, okay? Eso es todo. Muchas gracias por acompañarme como siempre. Espero que hayan aprendido mucho. Muchas gracias por ver mis videos y hasta luego.